You're in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahar. I'd like to salute this brother. March up. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest and General Lahar.
Come on, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Shalom, Israel. It's time to come get your full dose of truth for the week. You got Mondays, history class, taught by Officer 500 Shariwan and Officer 500 Ahabawan. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, you got Word to the Unwise podcast from 6 to 7 p.m. Followed by the main event, Captain and Priest Hadaria teaching scripture breakdown, the Bible like you never heard it before. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wednesday, we got Priest and Officer 1000 Awaja teaching you all about the law. Tune in. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, you got myself, Priest and Officer 5000 Kazak Moth, joined by Priest and Officer 500 Barak Yah, teaching you the Brotherhood class from 5 to 7 p.m. Friday, learn to speak in the Holy Tongue, the Lashawan Qadash class, taught by Officer 1000 Qatar. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Ironic.
You know the truth is the truth, that's all I know. Cry loud and spare not, you gon' get exposed. A few real niggas left, you not one of those. Real soldiers, we was born to stand 10 toes. If he ain't one West, that nigga not one of mine. He got a purple 12, me, I got a black 9. The truth is the wife of my youth, chopper my concubine. Had to die to get my rib, that bitch forever mine. You know the game, a bishop gotta be blameless. But GMS teaching niggas to be rapists. They screaming we snitch. When Joe Morgan was killed by your brother, y'all ain't say shit. Real prophets only dwell in the UPK, PSA, we don't sign NDAs. Real prophets only dwell in the UPK, PSA, we don't sign NDAs.
Hey, 100 deep, 100 shields on, that's 100 priests. 100 boots, that's 200 feet. Tongue like a sword when I fucking speak. Teach you how to fish instead of fucking leech. Stop selling drugs instead of trying to fuck with meat. Knowledgeable but I'm rude in my fucking speech. Life is about warfare, not no fucking peace. Hey bitch, I cry loud when I fucking speak. Make them wait a year before they fuck with me. Turn a street nigga to a fucking priest. Cross a priest and I promise you forever sleep.
Hey, shalom, Israel. Let me fix this camera. Fuck it. That's a lot better. Hey, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Rakatham. To the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Thumb, Hashem, Yahweh Shah. To the sisters, man. You watching on your phone? How that glare look on there? It ain't bad. Damn. Con, all right. Well, last week we went over the possessive adjectives and also the prepositions. And we kind of got the basics of the sentence structure. So, you know, if you ain't watched that class, watch it real quick. I already had this up, so I'm going to, if y'all didn't get that last week, get it now. I'm going to erase it and per tradition and policy. We're gonna write out the whole alphabet. And in the ancient Hebrew and Syrian, and Shalom. How Shamal Thaba Shimi How Shab to my rib, the water for checking in. Hey, like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Share the class though. You know, it is imperative that we get the truth out to all our people. And I'm gonna do that. Well, I'm telling y'all to do it. I'm gonna do it myself. All right. Let's get started. I don't know if y'all peep, but I got me an eraser now. You know what I mean? I'm kind of a big deal out here now. And I got the spray to go with it. Sure. Get a paper towel. All right, let's go ahead right up this alphabet. You got it down now, Quayam, or what? Nah, not yet. That's cool. Let's I know you got the first 5 down on it. Okay. So lucky. You ain't got to memorize yet. I'm doing too much. Hold on. Hit the camera. That glare look egregious. Started as always, you know, we write from right to left. So we got ba, and keep me right. Ba, ga, da, wa, za, ha, right? Ha, ta, ya, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, la, ma, na, sa, I. I'm good so far. Taza Kwa. Right. I was about to write an actual cue. So lucky. I done messed the camera up, man. You know. Christ. So we got Abba, Gada. And like I said, if you want to remember, best to go by in fives. You know what I mean? Remember the first five and remember the next five. You say it in repetition. Ba, ga, da, ha. Abba, Abba, Gada, ha. Abba, Gada, ha. Say that 5 times, 10 times. Write it while you writing it. And you go to, once you remember those, you go to wa, za, ha, ta, ya. I don't like the way I wrote that. Yeah. Then waza khataya ka la ma na sa I pa haza kwa ra sha tha. There's the whole alphabet. Write it down, remember it. Say it in repetition. Now we're going to do this Assyrian. I haven't locked in on the Assyrian yet. But this week, by next week, I'm writing this Assyrian down without looking at this board. I'm saying it. Call me out next week if it's not the case. So I'm about to do the Abba, Gada, Abba, Gada, yeah. Abba, Gada, ha. Abba, Gada, ha. Man. Hard, you know, the Syrian is hard to love. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ha, was, ha, ta, was, ha, ta, yeah. Was, ta, yeah. Ka. Yeah, man, we all learning off not knowing. What they say? Effectiveness. I don't know what Jen. I don't know what your name is, but yeah, we all learned. You know, we all came in here not knowing. We definitely got to start somewhere, right? Ha, like it. Abba, Gada, ha, was, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma. Say it again. Shit, some years, right? Think about it. Imagine somebody trying to learn English, like an immigrant or something. You know what I'm saying? From the alphabet. I promise next week gonna be a lot faster with this Assyrian. But it's good practice. All right. Abba, God, I might as well write it down. So I'm going. Oh, Most High in Christ. What's up, Martel? Shalom, brother. Yeah. Yeah. That's the Assyrian. And what's different about the Assyrian is that the Assyrian has alternate ending. So the Ka right here, when the character is found at the end of a series of characters or word, it would look like this. I messed that up. There you go. That's the alternate ending for the Ka. And then the Ma also has a alternate ending. And this is just for the Assyrian. So And if you missed the last few class, the reason why we have, or there is, an Assyrian Hebrew, and this is what you see is the more modern Hebrew that you will see, in your Bible, in your Hebrew Bibles today, your Hebrew dictionaries. This is what the oppressor believes to be, the actual Hebrew. I've never seen that. Did I miss that? I feel like I ain't never wrote that. That's the alternate ending for the pa, and then the taza. So the ka, the ma, the na, pa, taza all has alternate ending. And what I was saying about the Assyrian is this is what you're gonna see in as your Hebrew today, which is so spiritual about the Lashawan Qadash, the ancient Paleo Hebrew, is that the Most High preserved this in the 7 heads that started the ISUBK. Brought back the understanding of these characters. You know what I mean? He was here a couple weeks ago. We looked at ancient inscriptions with the Paleo Hebrew on there that was found or that was made before Christ, and it was found in the 8th century. So this is what our ancestors of old used. This is what happened when we ended up in captivity, and the oppressors got a hold of our language. So that's that. We're gonna move on. Yeah, this is the alphabet. This is the alphabet. This is the ancient Paleo Hebrew. This is the Assyrian Hebrew or modern Hebrew that you see. If you look up Hebrew today, these are the characters you're gonna see. But this is the alphabet. Hebrew is written from right to left. So the characters are written from right to left. Now, when we write the sounds out, you're gonna see us write it, regular, because or in English, because that's just the sound of it. But the actual characters and the words are written from right to left. The whole language is. So that's your alphabet. Like I said, I'm gonna get better at this Assyrian. I'm gonna get it down by next week. I ain't gonna look at the board. Call me out if if that's not the case. I'm going to erase it, and we're going to move on. So the actual title of the class is the names of the nations. So eventually I'm going to get to the names of the nations, how they're written. We're going to write it down in ancient Hebrew and the modern Hebrew as well. And this is for all you troopers for sure. You know what I mean? Because that is a part of your officer's test. Knowing the names of these nations and writing it out in both ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, and the Assyrian. But before that, because that's not going to take an hour and a half, just recap what we've been going over. We're going to write out the possessive adjectives, as well as the prefixes, and we're going to write out a sentence using both. All right. So I know if you took good notes, you should be able to just flip back to last week and find the possessive adjectives and your prefixes. So we got ya, ka, wa, ha, na, wa, ka, ka, ma. All right. Since I got somebody in the class with me, I'm gonna have him help me out. So what we got for the ya? Is it what? My? Yeah. All right, now ka. You said your. You, the wa. Right. The ha. She slash her. And the wa. Right. Come. Y'all, and it's what? Yep. Masculine. All right. Then con is y'all. Feminine. Ma. There. Then the what? Nah. Like it. Is there. Feminine. So those are your possessives. Everything you're gonna need, you're gonna use in a sentence. Then you have your prepositions, right? And I'm gonna write out the Hebrew for those as well. Give me a second. Prepositions. And for the prepositions, we have all right, we got I. All right, give it a little space. I don't like how I wrote that. got Ba, Ha, Wa, Ka, La, Ma, Sha. I appreciate it, brother. Amazing brotherhood. All right. Prepositions. What we got for I or I am. Ba. On. Right. Too close. You said or with. Right. What you got? Do. Ha. Right. The. Or the. Just the, right? No, sweet. For what? And. Uh-huh. Yeah, cut. No, that's for you got a preposition for yeah? No. Really? Did I miss one? No, yeah, you're right. You're right, brother. Great brotherhood. I said that. Yeah. Squeeze it in at the bottom. Give me. Yeah, he right. Car, yeah. Just ass. La. Two. What you got for ma? Sha. Tha. Right. I'm gonna work in here with some sentences. So let's all right. Shalom, sir. Officer Waja. Shalom. How about Shem Shabakata? Water for checking in. can squeeze in the characters in here. Got the ya, ka, the wa, and the wa. So like it. Had to remember myself. It's written, right? No why. Those are your matching characters, right? All right, so look, we're gonna get these down and then we're gonna try out and create our own centers. Now we got the center structure, right? And not even thinking about it, I should have switched these. Or maybe not. No, that works actually. All right. So we're gonna use the word father. The word father is Abba. So the word Abba. Now we create a sentence, right? We got our prepositions, we got our possessor. You know what I mean? So whose father is it? Let's go with your father, right? Your father would be masculine. We talking to men, right? Let me use a different color. Your father, Cam, right? Cam Abba. And no, Salakia. That's wrong. I say and your father. So it would be Y at the beginning, Salakia. Y Cam. Y Abba Cam. Y Abba Cam, right? Now what do that look like in the Hebrew? You know what I mean? Just write out our characters. Our preposition is and, wa, right? So wa, Abba. I like to color coordinate stuff. Makes it easier to see. Wa, Abba. Abba come. So, and y'all father, we just got a sentence. So, making a sentence is just that easy. And y'all father. And we could use father and say, and so the Lord's Prayer goes, our Father, right? So I got that down. The Lord's Prayer goes, and our Father. So what is the preposition that we're using? Or Salakia, no. Our Father. Okay. So we just using a possessor, right? So what preposition will we be using in the Hebrew? Our, right? So that's now for a possessor. And this we don't have a preposition. We can say and again, and our Father. But I was kind of referring to the actual prayer. But we could use and, you know what I mean? We could say wa, right? And for the preposition. Our. Wa, Abba, Nawa. Wa, Abba, Nawa. So what that looks like, wa, right? Abba. Wa, Abba, Nawa. And our Father. Well, Abba Nawa. Boom, got another sentence right here with Father. All right. I feel like we got that, right? You know what I mean? It was just a quick brush up on it. You know what I mean? You got to go over things multiple times. Kind of get it in your head. Go ahead. Yeah. So because it's the subject, it's the root word. It's a root word in the sentence, right? That's what we talking about. Talking about the Father. Now we got what it is, the preposition. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. In the middle. Yep. You always gonna have the root word in the middle. First you're gonna have your preposition. Have I, in, do, the, and, as, like. You know what I mean? It's gonna be one of these. Then you're gonna have your root word. Then you're gonna have the possessive at the end. Right. So, and our Father. Right, I get what you're saying. But so in it, but in the Hebrew, it's just in the middle. The subject root word is going to be in the middle. Then you're gonna have your preposition. You're gonna have your possessive. It makes it simple. You know what I mean? Then you just learning, all the different words you can learn. And shoot, you can speak. You can speak it. We got that down. We can get into the nations. Or how about just for the next couple minutes, we can get a couple words down. Right? Get a few words down. No, yeah. How we saying it in English, it ain't, one to one. Subject is always gonna be in the middle. But while just keep those notes open. I'm gonna use a couple words, and we could make a sentence. While we use. I just put a couple common words on the board. So, bayath, right? Which is house. Shamar. Watch. Hey. Watch. Let's say give. Like it. That's fine. Support. Oh, it's support. Or my yum. You too wild, brother. All right. I just put some random words up there, and just put some random words up there, and maybe we can use it in a sentence. All right. So let's use bayat in a sentence. Our say in our house, right? In is get me right. Is it ba? Right. So in is our preposition, right? In our house. Yep. So boom. Bayat, we know it's house. Got that. And we said and was ba. Ba is our preposition. Our is our possessor. Ba, bayath, nawah. In our house. So yeah, your confusion was like, it not being kind of lined up. Yeah, so always now you know the subject is always gonna be in the middle of the sentence. Then you have your preposition, and you got your possessor. Ba bayath nawah. And of course, let's just write that down in the Hebrew. Ba bayath. That ma and that na always get me. Ba bayath nawah. Then you have the ba bayath nawah. In our house. I mean, I think we got a good idea of sentence structure. I gave a few words to just write down. I think next week I'm gonna go over all the verbs. We could just go over all the verbs, write those down. You can have those in your notes. And go over pretense and past tense. So we could do all that next week. Right now, yeah, we're gonna go over the nations. That's all you got is Israel and Edom, huh? Then you got the tribes. You got the nation. You got Yasha Allah. Then you got Yahweh. You got Aparium. You got Lawa. Khan. Zebulon, Issachar, or Yashakar. So let's do the nations. And names of the nations. So, of course, you have the main characters, Israel. Right? God, I hate how I wrote that. Yeah. That too. Let me get the spelling right. Yeah. I should have brought that down. Let me do it over. I don't like the way I wrote it anyway. It looks nasty. We gotta fit all the nations up here. And the tribes. Let's see if we can do it. Probably just gonna... And you have Edom. Moab. Well, I guess I should. Israel, obviously, is the blacks, natives, and Hispanics across North, Central, South America, in the four corners of the earth. And then you have Edom, the so-called white man, or the so-called European. Right. Then you have Moab, Mawa'aba. Mawa'aba, or the so-called Chinese. You have Ammon. I'm a Wam. And that's the so-called Japanese. Then you have Ishmael. Yeah, the so-called Arab. Yash, Yashama Allah. Yashama Allah. You have Elam. You know that one? Ayalam. Elam is the so-called East Indians. You had Japheth. Japheth was one of the sons of Noah, right? Yapath. You know who Japheth is? No. Japheth would be your Polynesians, your Eskimos, the Hawaiians, Samoans, the Aborigines of Australia, right? And you got Ham. I know you know who Ham is. Ham is the so-called Africans. We are not Africans. And that's how you know. Mizraim. Mizraim is actually the English translation of it, but Matazarium would be Matazarium. Matazarium. I really don't like how I wrote it. And you got Canaan. You know who the Canaanites are? Would be your so-called South Africans. I knew that was, I'm gonna be honest with you, I knew that was Africans, but I didn't know that was so-called South Africans. I'm looking at my study sheet, so. Now Kush. You know who the Kushites are? Yeah, God. The so-called Ethiopians, God. Kawash. We're gonna write all these out in Hebrew too, so I'm just getting them down. Foot, Pawat, and those would be your so-called Libyans. Gomer, you know who Gomer is? Gomer in Hebrew. Gomer would be your so-called French today. Would be a descendant of Edom. You know what, Salakia? I misspoke. No. The reason why they're the French today and why they're called Gomer in the Bible is because they're in that land. So the so-called white man is in Gomer today, but he's not the original people of that land. The original people would be sons of Japhet. But as the white man did, that's what he colonized first. He put the Japhites out. That's why you got the Eskimos out there in the middle of China, and then they went off and found some islands. Because that's similar to, Ashkenaz. The Ashkenaz actually descended from Japhet. But now today, you have Edom calling himself Ashkenaz, while at the same time saying he's a Semite or Shemite. Like he's saying he's a Shemite, but a son of Japhet because he's an Ashkenaz. He's a Jew. That's how you know it's the white man. So Magog, Magawag, which is modern day Russia today. Magog is that land, and you will see them prophesied in Ezekiel 37. You will see Magog mentioned. It's talking about Russia. Gomer. 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 I'm writing too small too. Javan, or Yawan, in Hebrew is the so-called Greek Isles. Speaking of, the Ashkenaz would be your so-called Germans today. Spain, or Darayash, Darayash, Darash Yash, Darash Yash, Kittim, Ka, yeah. So Spain is Darash Yash, Kittim is so-called Italy today. Well, we could do these in the Hebrew. Go write these down in the Hebrew. Yeah, Kittim. Yeah. Sloppy. Yasharala. Out of one. It's too small. Yeah, I could do that too. I could write it down. I could shoot. I could send you the note sheet I got. Ma, wa, ba. That's what's so simple about the Hebrew. Just sound it out, man. It's simple. I'm a one or Amen, right? I. Yashima Allah or Ishmael. Yasha. Yasha. I messed up. Mr. I. Yashima Allah. Ayalam or Elam, those so-called East Indians today. Ayalam. Got Japheth or Yapath. So hold on. So like it was just I mean, would yeah, like you what the brother asked was only would you say 7? Yeah, right, kind of. But Psalms 83 say they were confederate against us. You know what I mean? So like every nation profited and had a hand in our captivity. You know what's so heavy? I watched Captain Mashat out of DC really break this down with like Iran. You know what I mean? Like the Iranians. We know we was in captivity in Persia, right? But when we went into, this captivity, right? They were just farmers over there. You know what I mean? The Persian Empire fell. They were just farmers and farming in deserts. But the British Empire kind of had control over there. So they started exploring for oil over there. Them finding oil, and the British Empire being funded off our slavery, helped find them billions of dollars worth of oil and made them an empire today. So if it wasn't for our direct captivity, Iran wouldn't be the superpower that it is today. Just off that benefit. I'm just showing you, like they might not have had a direct hand, but everybody benefited off. You know what I mean? We are not Hamites. I must iterate. Tazarium, Mizarium, or the so-called Egyptians today. Canaan, Ka, Na, Ain. Ka, Na, Ain, Canaan. You got Cush, or Kawan. 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 Puat. Gomar. Or Gomer. God. Magog or Magawag. God. Magawag. Yawan. So that's the Greek Isles. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that was. Ashkenaz. Ashkenaz. The Rosh. Yash. The Rosh. The Rachia. You got Kathayam. Kathayam. Those are your nations. I believe it is 18. Yep, 18 nations. Written from the English to the Hebrew. What did I say I was gonna do? Oh, the actual so-called name. Yeah, you need that. Why not? Yeah, why not for the class? I might as well. If I could fit it on there. Think it's gonna look a mess. Think it may get messy on this board. Let's see. Yeah, well, who named it? Who named the nations today? The white man, right? I mean, he called it Africa. I mean, he called it, you know what I mean? But a lot of the nations still know like the Iranians, a lot of them still say they Persian. You know what I mean? You know the Ethiopians still around by name. Then you know you got the Arabs. They know they descend from Ishmael. They might not call them. They may call themselves Ishmael, but they know they for sure descend from Ishmael. That's why. That's why they had to do that, because they read that Bible and they know they fake. So what the brother is saying, like, don't nobody know these names today. Well, that's why we call him the greatest devil, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Let's just go. Eskimos. I don't know why I always struggle with Egypt. It's EYGPT, right? No. EGYPT. Yeah, that looks right. So those are the nations in Salakia. If it looks sloppy, let's do the tribes. Thought I had a cheat sheet on my phone. Hold on. All right, so we're gonna put the tribes up there now. The 12 tribes of Yashala. All right, we got Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulon, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, know that one, right? Reuben is Naphtali, no, after Naphtali is Asher. Let me do it in the right order. Shalakia. Oh, I messed your notes up. My bad. You ain't. If I mess your notes up, Shalakia. Damn sure realize I ain't leaving me enough room over here. It's a car. I'm gonna make me some more room. I just know. When I saw Issachar, I just know that shit was gone. All right. Judah is your so-called Negroes today. Benjamin is your so-called West Indies. You got Levites, which is your so-called Haitians. Dominicans, so-called Dominicans. The Simeon, Zebulon, yo, so-called Guatemalans. From Guatemala to Panama. Ephraim, so-called Puerto Ricans. I try to say it how they say it. I don't know if that was good or not. Probably not. Cubans, the so-called Cubans today would be from the tribe of Manasseh. Gad, would be from your would be the so-called Native Indians or your First Nations people. Amen. Reuben, Slovakia. Reuben would be your so-called Seminole Indians. Asher would be from Colombia to Uruguay. Naphtali Naphtali would be from Argentina to Chile. And Issachar, or your so-called Mexicans today. Now, if you got, deeper questions on these 12 tribes, who is what, why are they what, Captain Katazai got a great breakdown, great lecture on it with so much evidence and, connecting the tribes. And yeah. Well, let's get into the Hebrew names. You got Yahweh. Yeah. All right, cool. That ain't that bad. Work with me. Benjamin would be Ban Yamyan. Levi is law, 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 yeah. Simeon is pronounced Shemai, Shemai 1. Zebulon is Zabalawan. I'm gonna go back and put the pronunciation marks. Ephraim, Pari. Manasseh, Manashah, Manashah. Gad is simple as hell. Gad. Reuben is Ra'aban. Ra, Ra'ah. Asher is a Shar. Napah, yeah. Naphtali is Napah, Thoyah. Napathoyah. And Issachar is Yashakar. Yash. there you have it. You got the 12 tribes in Hebrew. And now let's do this series. Hey, brother, it's on the officer's test. I would be doing you a diss. I would have no brotherhood if I didn't do it. Let's try to name more room. I hate that I do that. Let's see. That's not showing up good at all. Okay. We're gonna finish the Assyrian next week. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish the Assyrian next week, as well as get into verbs, past tense, and past tense, present tense, and the tenses of those verbs. And but yeah, right now, like I said, I'm gonna leave this up here. We'll get it. I will rewrite this next week and do the Assyrian and give myself more room. But these are the 12 tribes. We could just go. I'm gonna write the accent or the pronunciation marks. You got Ya, Ha, Wa, Da. You got Ban, Yum, Yan. And for those who don't know, when I write it like a smiley face, basically I'm connecting the characters. So that's a ba and a na. Na just becomes ban, yum, yan, yaha, ya, ha, wa, da. So you hear the ya, you hear the ha, you hear the wa, then you connect the da and the ha. So it's da, right? Law, ya. Right? That's the tribe of Levi. Simeon is Shemai. Shemai one. So the frown, and the frown is just you pronounce it by itself. So that's the sha. The smile, you connecting it. Really just connecting these characters is my. So it's not ma, because that's the ma. It's not ma. It's my one. Pretty simple. Zabalawan. Zabalawan. Right? Apar. Right? Or Parium. Manasha. Manasha. Tribe of Manasseh. Manasha. Gad. Again, easy. Gad. The tribe of Reuben is Ra'aban. Ra'aban. Right? You got the Ra'awabana. So it's Ra'aban. Right? Ashar. Ashar. Yeah. Napathoya. Napathoya. You got Yash. Shakar. The tribe of Yashakar. There you have it. You have the 12 tribes. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Naphtali. I've been saying that wrong. And Issachar. And you have the actual Hebrew names. Yehowadah, Banyamyan, Lowa, Shemaiwan, Zabalawan, Aporium, Manashah. Over here you have Gad, Ra'aban, Ashar, Napathoyah. I'm struggling with that one as well. Napathoyah. Then you have Yashakar. Like I said, we can get into that Hebrew. We can get into that Assyrian. We're gonna write it down in the Hebrew and the Assyrian. And then next week, I'm gonna test the brother if he know the Hebrew names of the tribes. I'm gonna write the Hebrew name of the tribes. Then I'm gonna ask you who it is. And then we're gonna put the Assyrian translation in there. With that being said, that was your Lashawan Qadash class this week. I hope it was very informative. Like I said, this is very important. This is our ancient language. So get in these classes, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to know more, any questions. If I don't know it, I definitely know somebody who know it. So with that being said, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shabbarakatham to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Latham, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Shalom, Israel.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West.